listen where we see people having conversations about our generation, but not held by us. So it's about time that we change the conversation. And that's exactly what we're doing today. For the first episode of POV, we will be talking about the power of influence from social media, from our phones, technology, and how it'll continue to have an impact on us. So let's get right on into the episode. Hi everyone, it's Avery with POV today, and today we are sitting down with three amazing people for yet another wonderful conversation. So let's introduce ourselves. We're here with...
Hi guys, I'm Jada. I'm 15 and I'm a sophomore.
My name's Chase. I'm 16, a junior, and I just be chilling.
My name's Xavier. I'm 15 and I'm a sophomore.
Okay, period. So I know today we are going to be having a conversation on something that's huge, really impacting our life a lot, which is social media. But before we get into the bulk of the conversation, pull out your phones. I know that you have them right there. And what I want you to do is I want you to check your screen time.
Screen time.
That's
Yes.
cool.
I'm afraid because I feel like mine's going to be really bad. Like,
Who's going first?
What would you consider like a good amount of screen time?
I don't know. I'd say like anything
Are we
under
checking
like
apps?
under
Everything,
6.
everything.
Under
Ooh.
6?
Under 6.
Under 6 is good. I
Under
guess.
6 is good. Mine is...
Bro, what if mine's like
5
12?
hours, 3 minutes.
That's it?
That's
Mine
pretty
is
good.
9 hours.
That's great.
That's good. That's
I'm
not
not on my
that's good.
phone a
I
lot,
have
guys.
8:32.
I go home, I
8:32?
study, I do my
Yeah.
work, that's it.
Yeah.
I live a pretty
I
simple
have 8
life.
hours and 32 minutes.
8
Dang.
hours. Mine is 8 minutes and 8 hours and 55 minutes.
Okay, let's
Why
not
are you
judge.
guys on your phone so much?
9
What's
hours.
yours?
I'm a cooler 6 hours and 49 minutes.
Averagely, that's well. I have to say, I feel like the difference in like now, like during the school year in the summer, I feel like it's so different in terms of screen time. I can say for me, like myself personally, what are the apps that are like the most used on your screen time?
Instagram Reels.
Instagram Reels.
I love
It's the
Instagram.
8
best.
hours on it though.
Instagram's amazing because it's tailored to you.
Yeah.
Other than TikTok, like you can scroll on TikTok, something random will pop up. But if you're scrolling on Instagram, like you got a category, a food category, you like a post, the next category is like food, or the next video is like food. So I like
okay.
Instagram.
My top is TikTok. Mine is
TikTok.
it's TikTok. Well, it's messages, TikTok, and Instagram. Those
I
are
had to delete
How many hours
TikTok.
on TikTok?
how many hours on TikTok? 2.
For the whole week?
For the week?
Or for the day?
Oh, I'm on the week. For the day.
No, for the week.
For the week.
Check the week.
Oh,
yeah.
for the week. 2 hours.
For
Oh,
this
that bad.
week, Instagram is at 6, Snapchat is at 6.
Oh, I
YouTube
lied.
is at
Wait, I was on
5.
day.
Yeah, you were on day because that didn't sound right.
Mine is 14.
Yeah. Oh, so that's
That's
Spending
concerning.
14
That's
hours a
fine.
week on TikTok.
Yes, that's so bad. What's yours?
38.
38?
38 hours and 15 minutes.
You know what? I also feel like my screen time isn't that high because it doesn't count like the amount of time I'm on my computer,
Oh,
and that would be a little higher.
That would be
'cause
higher.
I use that for like work and school.
Oh my God. 38 hours on TikTok?
Well, what's Chase's Instagram, man?
What's your Instagram?
30,
No.
38.
A week.
38 hours
38
and
This
15
week.
minutes.
Yes, this week. That's nuts.
That's over like a day.
Right.
A day.
That's like 2 days
That's
entire.
2 days
where he's just like
entirely.
on TikTok.
Scrolling on. Wow.
Do you
that is-
think that's like health? Like, are you?
Like, I'll just be scrolling randomly, or like I'll fall asleep and a TikTok video's
That's the
playing.
problem with the whole
Oh.
like algorithm. Oh, you fall asleep with.
I'll fall asleep with a TikTok playing.
Yeah, like
Okay, so
were you-
it just was like, and then it like falls on your face. Like, how do
No,
you...
like I'll be laid
Laying in
out
the
and
bed,
then it'll just
watching it
drip
sideways.
off.
I saw this
Wow.
video that really put just like scrolling in general into perspective. It was like, imagine like you're in an elevator, but for every single time you scroll, like you're physically like moving down. And so she went and calculated her screen time. She like could have reached the Eiffel Tower by just being on TikTok for like a solid like 4 minutes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Wait,
wow.
4 minutes? Oh yeah,
nuts.
because nobody really watches the videos entirely. You kind of just like,
nuts.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
I feel like that's crazy for me because when I think about like my TikTok hours, like that's like the first social media app I ever really had. Well, technically it was Musical.ly
Yeah,
because
Musical.ly.
I'm telling you,
Dub Smash.
I was on Dub Smash. I was on Musical.ly all of the time, like just doing like the little videos and things like that. And I like it's so sad. It's not even sad, but like when I think back to like things I did when I was younger, like. It was like Musical.ly was one of those big things, a part of it. Like, how did you guys like start on social media?
Start on social media.
Yes.
I feel like YouTube was my first introduction to social media. Yeah, as a kid.
That YouTube Kids video, like the Mr. Penny videos. Ooh,
Oh my God.
I was a Minecraft girl.
I was a Minecraft guy too.
Yes.
I watched that one green
Sunday.
dude, Unspeakable Gaming.
Unspeakable
Stop.
Gaming.
I know exactly what you're talking
I
about.
watched Roblox videos.
I'm telling you, I used to watch Roblox videos so I could figure out how to build my Bloxburg house.
Yes,
like
yes,
those,
exactly
like and
that.
like creative mode.
I used to be watching like those Guava Juice Obby videos.
Guava
like,
juice, yeah.
That is
Amazing.
back to back.
I'm telling guys, when I was younger, well, I had this YouTube channel and it was called Rating Avery because I thought I would be like the biggest like YouTuber ever.
Period.
And I would go and I would rate different places that I went to. Like I remember my first video, I went to iFly and Sugar Factory and I like rated it and I was like, Sugar Factory, I mean the drinks are cool, but I'm giving it like 3 stars. Like that's so
Cute.
like it was like that was because I thought that I was gonna be like a huge influencer or something.
Right.
Like that was what I just like that YouTuber dream was
Right.
my dream.
And I can agree with you because I did the same thing growing up. I had my own little YouTube channel. I used to post like video game clips and stuff like that. And I remember I did the cinnamon challenge and I almost died.
Oh,
Those
like-
challenges
oh.
were crazy.
do you guys remember the salt and ice one? Did y'all see that?
Yes.
Salt
Where
and
that-
ice?
You
like
don't?
so you
No.
put salt on your arm and you put ice on it.
Ice.
And apparently like it would like
Burns
burn
your skin.
you.
Yeah.
Oh,
It would.
why would you like do
would
that
you
on
I don't
purpose?
know.
Because they just saw it on social media and thought, oh, it's cool, let me try
That's
it.
why I feel like at that age, like being or having like that access to social media is like kind of weird. Like, why were we like literally like 7, 8 like on YouTube? Like,
Right.
and then there's the next generation, Gen X, with them little iPad kids. First of all, let's talk about it because why are they weird? They're bad.
And I feel like it's because of the exposure to stuff at such a young age that you really like don't need to be exposed to. And I feel like that's the thing about, especially like when there were so many challenges. Like I remember the first challenge I think I ever really saw was the ice bucket challenge when like everybody was doing it. And then all of a sudden all of these different challenges came to social media and they were like killing people.
Yeah,
Tide
there were
Pod
a lot.
challenge.
Yes.
That was crazy.
Tripod
Yeah.
challenge.
The milk crate challenge.
Oh, that one was killing.
Milk crate.
bad.
Yes, when
though.
people were
It
like
was
going, we're
you
like
ever seen the person he fell back?
No, I know
He
what you're talking
landed.
about, but I don't think that was that bad when it comes to like it being bad for younger audiences. Because I like, where's a younger person gonna find like 10 milk crates and walk on them?
Right.
just walk on
Compared
them.
to like a Tide Pod that can be found in like your house, you know what I mean?
Right, like it made it to the point where like I remember on social media there was like a whole thing where people were like, "Oh, stop buying Tide Pods because your kids are gonna eat them." I'm
them.
like,
Yep.
well, like maybe the challenge shouldn't have been a thing in the
Right,
first
maybe
place
we
that they were
shouldn't- maybe we shouldn't
exposed
do
to.
that.
I also feel like there needs to be like access for parents to be able to regulate what their children are seeing, because the reason why there were so many like kids doing these things and parents aren't aware is because the parents don't know what their kids are looking up on social media.
Yeah.
Like they just don't know.
And I feel like also with children too, like when you think about it, like social media influencers have almost gotten to a point where it's like that's who some people are like idolizing. Like they'll like see like a YouTuber or someone on TikTok or like someone on Instagram that they love and aspire to be like, and that's amazing because you're an influencer. You're supposed to positively influence people. But it's almost like a celebrity. In a
Those
sense.
people aren't even completely aware of like the power that they have to kind of like influence people's thinking.
I don't know if many people do. Like if many people realize that like, oh yeah, it's on social media, but you have like 200K, like that's like almost like a stadium. Like that's bigger
That
than a
is.
stadium.
That's a stadium. That's a full stadium of people, and the younger audience, kids are following and doing exactly what you're doing too. So, yeah, you have a lot of influence.
Especially if they're consistent too, because that they're just feeding into that. So it's just like I know as a kid I was laid out on the floor with a cup of juice and some snacks, like my iPad, and I just watch it for hours.
Right.
Yes.
Watch the same person for hours and hours and hours.
It's like TV. Like it's like, and like these people are really like utilizing their lives to be entertainment for people and almost like setting a standard for what people aspire to be, which is like, I just feel like that's so interesting because when you like think about like, oh, an influencer and a celebrity is almost like it's almost like a very like vague line.
Same
And that
thing.
shouldn't be
It's
a
a small
fine line.
line.
Yeah.
It should not.
Fine line. Why not? Why do you think that?
Why do you think that?
Because I feel like
Serious.
talent comes into play when you consider like celebrities or famous people.
Ooh, not, I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily. Some people are just famous because they
Like
blew up.
socialites, and they have like, I feel like the only exception for famous people that, and we're not talking about influencers, like this is another genre, socialites, like people that have money and kind of like
Connections.
associate themselves with those people that are constantly in the media, like Paris Hilton, for example. She's a very good example of that.
I see what you mean. I feel.
mean-
well, what were you gonna say, Chase?
I was gonna say like there is a fine line between influencers and celebrities. But I was curious, what's your definition of a celebrity? Because I feel like they're kind of the same thing. They're both famous in their own
Ooh,
sense.
I can do that.
I guess.
Well,
You
I
could do
think
that?
I think a fine line broke was like, you know, like that the Hype House when that came out.
Oh my
Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. When Addison Rae got invited to Met Gala, that's when it became thin.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
you
the
can-
Met Gala,
Influencers are making the transition to
'cause-
becoming celebrities.
and then like you have the fine line like Kim Kardashian, her husband was an artist, celebrity. So she's all celebrity because she owns all those companies. She's a millionaire, but she's also heavy on Instagram, and that's like a good chunk of her paycheck. So then that's when like somebody's a celebrity and an influencer. So that's when that line becomes even thinner. So it's hard to tell because what influencers are doing now, they have the social media, but then they also get a job with it too, like an entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So then you have to like redefine it because there is a new wave. You can't just have a TikTok and make millions. You'll have that TikTok, that YouTube, that Instagram.
Sponsorship.
And that
Spons-
brand.
yes,
Yeah.
sponsorships. Like people are gonna sponsor you because they like the content that you're making. And I feel like it also, because there are so many different influencers that are in different brackets. Like there are some that are just like lifestyle, vlogging their life every day.
Right.
There are some that are like, oh, makeup or like doing food reviews and things
Comedy.
of that nature. So comedy, like it kind of depends on like, are you becoming an influencer based off of the different talent that you have, that you're putting out on social media. And so I feel like also, like Xavier said, like influencers are being invited to what used to be deemed as celebrity events. Are they not all the same thing? Like, because I mean, getting invited to the Met Gala, like that's something that like
That's like
that's serious.
Right, and all you had to do was just post a couple dance videos and
Right.
boom,
So you're over here
you're
like,
famous.
whoa, like oh.
I
Because
like
it's
that
like-
though. Like
Yeah,
I
I
liked
like
it.
that.
Everybody has like their own chance. You got to be special. You got to stand out, and the fact that you could just do one little small thing and blow up from that is amazing.
But the algorithm comes into play because it's also these corporate companies that are deciding what type of people they want to push out. There's a reason that majority of the people in the Hype House were predominantly white.
White, yeah, you're right.
And so, yeah, it's cool that people that have talents that they might not have known that they had are being able to, you know, have this source where they can get famous or have fame. But it's not all fair. Like, it's not equal.
Can I ask you a question on that? Do you think that it's the platform that's promoting these predominantly white influencers, or do you think that it's the audience that picks them?
That's
I think it's a mix of both, to be honest.
You think it's the platform?
I said a mix of both.
I think
it can be both.
I think because it's a social platform, I think it's mainly the people, because it's just like to become that higher pedestal, you know, TikTok can push you, but I don't mean somebody's gonna like your video, you know?
Right.
I feel like it's just like how high you hold somebody. That's that line between influencer, celebrity. Influencer be like, his jacket's cool, let me cop that. Let me put it on, let me walk out. Celebrity's like, you see him in the street, yo,
right, like
sign my jacket.
right, like oh my gosh, look who that is. And I feel like just when kind of thinking about different things like that, about the representation on that platform, like when talking about the Hype House being predominantly white, I feel like it goes back to influencers or continuously influencing people who are watching it and almost setting a standard for like what things should look like. So if you only see predominantly white and you rarely get to see representation of other cultures, other people, then you're gonna feel like, oh, you aren't special enough to come to these events, different things like that. So I guess I see what you mean with like the narrative that's being pushed out there with that, of it may not be fair with how things are being
Right.
pushed out. So I get what you're saying on that for sure. And I just feel like, wow, just when you think about like the impact that it's had on different people, like those different things have impact. Like, do you feel like it's been a positive impact in terms of social media influence? Or
Social media
negative?
influence,
I think it's negative.
Really?
I disagree.
I just think we as people were never meant to have technology as advanced as this at like this point in our kind of like progression. And you can already see that it's negatively impacting a lot.
Well, no, Chase, you said that you
Right.
disagree with that.
I
though.
do disagree. Like, if you think about it, back to what she said, we go back 100 years. What were we doing? We were having like World War II. We were shooting like rifles and stuff. We didn't even know what a cell phone was. 100 years later, we got cell phones. You could look anything up. You could do anything at any time.
Like
in the
advancements.
palm of your hands. And I just think that's so amazing that we're able to grow as like a civilization and that we're able to keep growing and making new things. And like, even though it comes with problems, there's also a lot of positives about it.
Yeah. But do the positives
Outweigh the negatives?
That's what I'm thinking. I feel like there's nowhere to draw that line, and because of that, that is what scares me. The lines are becoming way too thin, and it's like making me frightened.
I feel like it's also based on certain people's perception of like, also like including like the amount of time that they're on social media and the specific content that they're looking at. When I think of social media, I think like, wow, like it's just crazy to see how social media has created like actual careers for people.
Right,
like
that's what I'm saying.
Like the careers that have come from it are insane. Like you're an influencer, yes, you're posting, but that means that you're also working on marketing strategy and you're actually working on content creation and learning, especially if like you're on Instagram, maybe learning more things. Web development, graphic design. Like I feel like there is so much more that goes into it when you're actually classified as an influencer than I feel like some people from the outside looking in realize. And that's something that I had to go back and take a step back and be like, oh, you may just see these people dancing on social media, but they're dancing with their sponsorships. Like they're getting a bag still.
With their Nike.
Right, like they're dancing with their Adidas.
I know, you look
cold water bottles in the bottom.
Yes, you know, like they have a little Bang energy drinks like on the side.
On the side, like
that
in the
is
corner.
funny.
Yes, like they just got a rack.
Or they have like a film of them like opening the can and sipping it. They're like,
sipping it.
So
like,
good.
This is delicious. But then you also see like the sales increase. Like you would think that, oh, the sales wouldn't increase just because some person who's like doing a dance on TikTok or whatever is taking a sip. But then afterwards you see like the huge progression of it. I just feel like it's just so unique to see like that's a career that can come from it.
Like you said, talking about like talent earlier, celebrities and influencers. I feel like at some point it becomes a talent where you can be talking about something maybe it's cold and like cold-hearted, sad, and then just mix a little bang. Oh no, I'm so sad. These poor people. 10% off though.
Not 10% off. Use my discount code.
There's
link
just
in bio.
ways to go about it, and I feel like not every single influencer does it properly. But I'm not everybody because I'm watching these as one person. I'm like, okay, like that was bad. But other people are gonna be like, oh wow, like if I'm seeing Addison Rae dancing with a little Pepsi can in her hand, oh my gosh, she looks so great, her hair looks so great, and she's happy. Maybe if I like, you know what I mean? It's that type mindset.
I feel like it's really important about which platform you use because there's a big difference in the communities of each platform.
Yes.
A humongous difference.
Like
TikTok,
let's
IG
talk
Reels?
about it. Yes, like
Yes.
IG Reels
love
and
IG
TikToks
Reels.
are two completely different things.
Everybody on IG Reels, this is so negative.
What?
So
Yes.
negative.
Oh,
Have you like opened the comment sections of
a
like
little kid
a
video?
little child,
Avery.
and they'll be like, it's the
It's
worst.
not even what they say. It's the gifts, bro.
It's the
And the
gifts.
gifts. Oh yeah, Instagram Reels is racist. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, it is.
I'm like,
Reels
you be
is
racist to
like
the
the
little kid.
Yeah, so like they will like shame this children. I'm like, dang, you like in fourth grade.
Right. Nah, but then you
But
go to-
also the stuff that they be posting, it's like, where your parents at? Like
that's kind of fact. But like, I mean, they have their iPads and their phones and stuff. They're gonna do what they see the influencers doing.
Right.
But like, not just on Instagram Reels. You switch to YouTube Shorts. Everything's all positive and nice. So I
love
it's
YouTube
the
Shorts.
platform.
YouTube Shorts, I feel like it's definitely a huge difference and I don't know if it's necessarily age demographic per se. I feel like I can't even really tell because I feel like with YouTube Shorts, I feel like I don't know if it's an older demographic or not. I don't really know.
It's older.
I think it's older.
I think it's
I'm on
younger.
I feel
YouTube
like
Shorts.
I feel like it's a little. I feel like it's between like younger. I feel like Instagram Reels is older.
Higher.
Is
Yeah,
older.
for the more mature
and
people.
I'll be scrolling and I'll see like those like
Yeah, I think-
2000 like
I don't think
7
it's,
things and then like a little Gotcha Life edit from like a kid. Like there's a very distinct difference.
Exactly what we
I feel like it's like maturity level. Like you'll have those TikToks where it's just like somebody's cool, you know, just living your life. Instagram Reels is just like you're not a bad person, but you can make a dark joke.
Right.
Oh my god, have you guys seen the little girl run like after she hit the baseball?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm
Oh,
telling
I haven't.
Yeah,
you haven't seen that? Oh, I gotta
bad.
show you because
It's so bad.
It
I
was
just,
messed up.
it was messed up, and I feel like that's just another thing. Like people like will put like the most embarrassing stuff publicly for people to see and put their
I think she
opinion
was
on.
on a leash too.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, she was on a leash. Yeah, she was on a
I
leash.
want to
She
know
was
what
on a
y'all are
leash.
talking
Oh.
about. because
It was
that
messed
sounds
up. It was
ridiculous.
You ever
real
see a
messed
little
up.
kid and like
Oh.
like it's like a vest, and then she has like a leash going.
She has a
on.
leash.
There-
Like someone, a parent's like holding a leash.
I don't even.
She was.
I don't
she was,
even
like,
wanna
holding-
Wait, but that's the thing.
It was
With
messed
the
up, man.
backpack,
Like a backpack.
Yeah, those
That's
are cute.
enough. That's enough. Cause of what?
Nah,
Maybe I haven't seen the
you gotta
video.
see it.
You gotta
it.
see it. I feel like when looking at social media, I feel like once again I do agree. It depends on what platform you're on. Like if you, then this is just kind of a hypothetical. If there was like one social media app that you could like get rid of, what social media app would that be?
It would be TikTok.
I don't even
TikTok,
have
really?
TikTok, and I
TikTok.
would get rid of it.
Right.
Really?
I feel like Instagram is better for marketing and business stuff.
Heavy on that.
Yeah, I
Heavy
agree.
on
And
that
it,
one.
the algorithm on Instagram is way better. Like I said earlier, you watch one video and it brings you to another video in the same category. Unlike TikTok, where you scroll and it's just a random video most of the time, and you just keep scrolling random videos. It's like you're just scrolling for no reason. But if you go to TikTok and there's something you're passionate about and something that you really enjoy watching, or you need some type of motivation on, you go to Instagram and boom, you're watching all that stuff in one.
Right. Huh. I feel like that's an interesting perspective. I mean, I think you can maybe tell from our huge amount of hours on TikTok that maybe wouldn't be
I think I can let go of Snapchat.
I can let go of Snapchat. Yes.
Yeah,
People use
Snapchat kinda
Snapchat
useless.
to communicate. No, I couldn't.
I'm telling you, I have streaks with maybe like 2 people. Like I don't like
I don't like to
I
keep
got, like, my
streaks,
best friends
but
with
everybody
streaks.
texts on there.
I feel like the only reason that I utilize Snapchat is to be able to like save stuff in like that I wouldn't have in my camera roll
When you
that,
don't have storage.
Yeah, like when I don't have storage. Like that's the biggest reason I have it, for sure.
I feel like Snapchat is like a dating app almost. Most people, because like it's really
What's your snap?
Like what's your snap? Like not
Right.
not a number.
not
like
can I
snap
get your
it
number?
instead. Yeah.
I feel like it's like a dating app almost, because they allow you to send pictures to each other back and forth, and like if you like
Right.
someone, you want to send them like a little cute picture, go on Snapchat.
That
Right.
is such a weird way to think. Like I've never thought about it.
I
Like
feel
that
like it's
before.
really changed the way that people do relationships. Social media has. I really believe that, because I feel like also people will like stop being bold having like that in-person communication just because like you can like find somebody's Instagram and DM.
Right.
I feel like, and then afterwards people will be talking about each other on their IG notes and stuff. I'm like it's
People
just,
get too personal on social media.
I feel like
yeah,
people
way
get
too
too
personal.
personal.
Don't like that.
I'm like come on now, like just because I don't know you doesn't mean I need to know all that.
The most common thing is like talking stages. Like I feel like social media introduced
Talking stages.
Yes, because
I don't even want to talk about this because I know it's just gonna turn into a rant. So bad.
But yeah, I feel like it really has changed things in general. Just the
It
way that we have our conversations, the way that we shift. And I just feel like if you can see how do you feel like social media will continue to progress as like we grow up, like for the next generation of people? Like, do you feel like it'll progress positively? Like, what are some things like you could would maybe predict? Oh, Jada, that head shake is
I'm so
you're
I'm
over
so
it.
scared. I'm really, really scared.
really.
Just from these little babies running around with their iPads. And they know how to post things. Like, you don't know your ABCs, but you know how to go in your thing, look up The Simpsons on Hulu and watch it. Like, that is insane.
Yeah, that is pretty scary.
That is kind of
And like,
scary.
you guys seen the new
Yes.
eyeglasses?
Yes,
yeah,
the
that's scary with the VR
Oculus,
stuff.
like the VR stuff.
And you could just touch it with your hand and move this right here, move that right there. That's kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie.
It is a little scary.
It sounds dystopian. Something's gonna happen. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
like-
Call me paranoid. I don't care.
Hey, listen, we not going Hunger Games. Like, we
Dystopian.
not, like, we're not.
Society.
I can survive Hunger Games, I think.
I would survive in
think I can be
dystopian
good.
society.
I would die. I would not live. And it's the way that's my favorite, like, movie series.
That's
too.
how
I would not live.
That's hilarious. I feel like in terms of social media and how it'll progress, I feel like it has its good parts and it has its bad parts. Because I feel like in terms of advancement of knowledge for people, like think about how people in our generation have become more knowledgeable on so many different things that are honestly going around the world throughout social media. Now it may cause some ignorance on some parts because you're only seeing some things that are like one-sided, but also it has its benefits because it's allowed us to be able to learn more in places that we may not have learned before.
Right.
What is the type of unemployment where it's like it gets replaced by something else? Is it cyclical or frictional? Anyway,
It's something like that.
It's one of those two. That also scares me. Like
Replacement of
AI,
AI
yes,
replacing
I
jobs.
think that's not going to be good at whatsoever.
Because I've already seen it. Like McDonald's barely has any people up in the stores anymore
no.
because they have AI just taking orders.
Oh, no.
Like,
Oh yeah.
There's nobody in
the
McDonald's.
online orders with the
yeah, with the little thing. So it's
I'm
kind
a
of
little
interesting.
scared of self-checkout.
Yeah. I feel like self-checkout was the first example
Oh,
of
I
that.
used to love
most definitely.
self-checkout.
I still do love self-checkout.
I love
it's
self-checkout.
great.
It's amazing.
That's one thing I just don't have a problem with.
God.
I'm gonna use self-checkout till the day I die.
I feel like even though we're introducing AI, it's gonna take up some jobs. I feel like it's also gonna introduce new jobs.
I agree.
Especially for like the technological side of things. Like I'm going into computer science and I just got like accepted into an AI program.
Okay,
could-
congratulations.
We could, that's like new job opportunities to like really learn about coding in a different style, And I like the way that we're advancing so fast. I like that about us, and that we're not slowing down. We keep going, and everything just like keeps getting better, kind of.
Okay. I love that. I want to end on that because that's a good note to kind of end things off. I feel like being able to share our perspectives on social media and kind of the influence it's having, the influence it's going to continue having, like I really mess heavy with all of your opinions on it, and hopefully other people can resonate with it too. And that was great. Thank you guys for sitting down having this conversation.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for listening to Our Point of View. Yay! That's it.
The stuff that they be posting, it's like, what your parents say?
I would survive in dystopia.
I would die. I would not live.
A week.
38, 38, 38.
This
Crazy.
week.
Yes.